Yes, guys, I am back, and guess what? We are here to discuss and analyze those YouTube channels of your favorite YouTubers here in Kenya. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing to this channel because we shall be talking analytics here today. We shall be talking about statistics and statistical data and how it is important for any given business. And since YouTube is a career and YouTube is a business, ask any CEO. The most important skill that any business can have is sales. Why sales? Because the more you sell, you get returns. You get return on investment. So what do you invest rather? You invest time in making content, and what do you get in return? Money. But how does the money come in YouTube? Anytime you have a YouTube channel, money comes courtesy of views. So if you do not have views, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, you will not be getting money in return. Why am I saying this? People have been complaining and telling D and his brother and her brother rather, I am Maro, that their content is a little bit more boring, it's not being diverse. They are confined within one environment, and basically people outgo that. So what has happened? Now, I am attaching several videos that I made that will help me in analyzing this brother and helping us understand where I'm coming from. Now, think about it. How can a YouTube channel with 472 subscribers have a video that 2 minutes long with only 3K views within a period of how many hours? 10, 11 hours? Check. Those are the things that I really need us to look at honestly. Mwango is very consistent in uploading videos. What she's not consistent with rather is her content. She's not willing to diversify, she's not willing to invest in her content. People have known her as a traveler, so they expect by the time they're coming to click on her YouTube channel that they're going to see videos of new places, videos of new activities. But she's confined within a room, just like I am confined with this room, and she's reacting on other reactors. So what happens is, if you decide to become a reactor from the Nyabohan session and guns that has been going on, then you'll get reactors views. Reactors, they get roughly between 3 to 6, especially those who have been in the industry for quite some time. When you start becoming a reactor, you get reactors views. That's basically how it is. You can't even fake it. Now, I was checking through their YouTube channels, all of them, the 4 of them. I decided today, for now, for this discussion, I'll use 4 videos. The 4 videos that I'm talking about is it's just Pero. It's just Pero is D Mwango's husband. He just started the YouTube channel just the other day, and that YouTube channel has about 6.5K subscribers, which means it can be monetized, so he can start earning money from that YouTube channel. But the most important thing is, how are the views doing? Because when it comes to YouTube, once you hit 1K subscribers, it doesn't matter. And that's why I'm really trying to hit that 1K subscriber. Once you hit the 1K subscribers, it doesn't matter anymore. You're not even supposed to be telling people to subscribe to your channel. At the end of the day, about 30% of the people who have subscribed to your channel come back to watch your videos. The rest, just leave it to God and the algorithm. Leave it to technology and the Almighty God. So with this one, Mwango, people have been telling you, people have been advising, change that content. People are not even happy and contented by the fact that you reduced yourself from being a princess, from being the diva, that was traveling all over the world. Have you ever thought about your introductions in those videos? My name is D. Mwango, a worldwide traveler. I've traveled around 70 countries across the world, and that's one of my biggest achievements. You're not even thinking about how you introduce your videos. By that introduction alone, it tells people that your niche is traveling. This wife thing and this hardworking village woman in Poland is a new thing that people are not willing to watch, because reality is you don't make content for fun. You make content so that people can view, they watch, and the more views you get paid. Or even the more views you get, in my case, I can get at least 2 subscribers right now, 3 subscribers, or even 10 from this video, and they'll push me further towards my goal of 1K subscribers. You see, you understand that? Because we are talking mathematics, we are talking analytics, we are talking statistical data. But Dimwango she doesn't want to hear that. She doesn't want to hear that her channel is currently not doing so well. And you know why it's not doing so well? Because you do not want to let your ego off. You don't want to get rid of your ego. You guys, you don't like admitting when you make mistakes, and you don't want to correct that mistake. All you want to do is to come back and complain and hit back, and say, and start becoming a reactor. And I know why that video about do better or get better, I know why you had to make that video, because the post that was made by JT Podcast titled Prisoners of Passports, that one was a complete rage bait. Now see what has happened to your channel. Am I laughing at you? No. Am I laughing at you? Yes. Well, why am I not laughing at you? The reason as to why I don't want to laugh at you is because, first of all, you've achieved so much as a young, beautiful lady from Africa. You're doing so well and so good for yourself. You've really achieved a lot, and you're also doing something great. I mean, building that villa you're building back at home is not an easy thing, especially for a young, beautiful African lady. And I really want to say that I would love to see you succeed and win. That's why I cannot laugh at you when your views are declining. No, why am I laughing at you? I'm laughing at you because pride comes before a fall. And I say it here again that money is the last thing that leaves you. And how does money leave you? People have been complaining. Even your loyal fans have been telling you, D, we don't expect you to be staying there. I mean, you're staying like you're in a cubicle. You're enclosed within one area, and there's nothing else you're showing us that is so new. And how do you hit back? Instead of you understanding and listening to your audience, instead of you listening to your customers, your subscribers and your viewers are your customers. Instead of you listening to your customers, guess what you do? You hit back at them. You also become a reactor. You react towards their content. You claim they're just jealous of your success and progress. Guess what? The bigger you are, the more people are going to talk about you. Yes, people, we have to talk about you. I remember, for this channel, if I'm being honest, there's one video I did. The most popular video that I've done in this YouTube channel right now is almost about 20k views, and it has given me about 100 subscribers. At least you already have a fan base, a solid fan base. You and your brother has a very solid fan base, but you're taking advantage of that fan base instead of you trying to give them what they want, because they are there for you. They really want to support you, but you're not doing them any justice. Think about it this way. If you're selling a real product, let me give an example. Let's assume, Mwango, you sell soaps, the showering gel, So it happens that initially your product was so good, even to the skin, the smell, and everything. Then all of a sudden, something happens to your gel, and that product, once people start using it, they start having itches, and probably they start having how do you call rashes. But since they still want to support you, they complain and they tell you, hey, the gel you've been selling to us, it's no longer working the way it used to work. Nowadays, when we use it, we are developing rashes and itches. Then instead of you trying to address that complaint, you say that these are just haters, they just want to give my reviews, negative reviews, etc. So what happens? These people will stop buying that gel, they'll stop buying that product. And in return, your sales are going to reduce. Once sales reduce, the return on investment, ROI, is going to decline. Once ROI declines, you're not going to get profits. And that's how you end up declaring bankruptcy. So in this case, when we talk about YouTube, consider views as sales. When you have more views, it means you are selling more. Content is business, content is a product. Entertainment is one of the biggest. Entertainment is one of the biggest products that you can sell. It's crazy. You already have ready markets. If we were to talk about the market share amongst you versus all the reactors, positive and negative, probably 50% of the shareholding, you brothers are commanding probably 70% of the shareholding of all the people watching your content. The rest, 30%, is the one that is being shared by other reactors and upcoming YouTubers like me. So imagine the fact that you have 70% of the market share, yet you are joking with that 70% of the market share. Listen to me very carefully. Once the market share starts to decline, it's going to be a very huge battle trying to climb up again. Once you claim that glory, you do not want to lose it. For people who love watching boxing, and if you're Nigerian here, you can remember there's a guy by the name AJ, Anthony Joshua. There's a time they had a fight with a Mexican guy. Anthony Joshua had never lost. That was the first time he lost to this Mexican American guy, Andy Ruiz. The fight between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz happened in United States of America, and Anthony Joshua lost all his belts. He underrated Andy Ruiz. This is what happened. Once Andy Ruiz won that fight, he became the A side, and the rematch was to be held in one of the Arab countries. Guess what? Anthony Joshua came prepared and he took his belts back. It was one of the biggest lessons of Andy Ruiz. He had never tasted money. He had never tasted glory. He took that glory for granted and he lost in that rematch. I want you to remind something, Miss D. Right now you're enjoying a very huge market share, you and your brothers. When that market share is gone, when the glory is gone, and when reality kicks in, because right now the things you're saying, it seems like logic has already collapsed. You're not thinking about these things logically. You're not even trying to consider like your YouTube channel as a business, because that's one of the things you're not supposed to be joking around with as we are speaking. You've been building that brand for the last 6-7 years, and then there's a guy you married, he's just started his brand a few days ago. For you, it took you 1 year to get the first salary. despite I am Maro, your brother, being a big YouTuber at that time, it has taken your husband, I think, 3 or 4 days and 5 videos to hit 1K subscribers. And with 23 videos, that guy is already commanding about 14-15K views per video. What does it tell you? Who is benefiting who? You go to a country where you can't even make any content. You're so constrained, you can't even make any content. And then there's a guy who is at his comfort zone and is making moves here and there, trying to grow his brand. That guy, even if you leave him, he's going to make it. The person who is going to lose big time, it's you. Queen D, we want you to win, but as you win, you have to eliminate your ego. The biggest problem we have had, if generally in life, especially for us men, apart from alcohol and sex, promiscuity rather, it's that ego. The ego affects you. It messes up with your mind. It messes up with your vision. It makes you feel like you have it all. And that's the problem you're having. You're looking at your brother, small brother. He has 2 cars. He's doing so good in life. You're looking at your big brother. He has a villa. He has 2 cars. And he's doing so good. You're looking at yourself. And you guys are buying actually European machines. You have a machine. You're building a villa. You're very young. What else? We are the A-list family. And that is messing you up because you're looking at yourself and kind of feel like you can't go down. Listen, those views are a reality check. You need to be checked for you to start changing and for you to start listening. It doesn't matter if you make 2 videos per day. I am Maro, your brother, tried that. Your small brother, David Jr., is making 4 or 5 videos per day. He's good. He understands his game. That guy has studied his game and understood what he needs to do to be where he wants to be. And he's following up with that. And for him, it's working out. For you, it's not. It's not. You're trying to make 2 videos to counter the views that you made. The small number of views that you made is not working. Let's jump into I am Maro. I am Maro with that huge following. Having less than 40,000 views per video is like getting 2 out of 10. That's a mark of 2 out of 10. And the reason I'm giving you 2 out of 10 is because you know better. You've been on this YouTube space for the last 10 years. You understand and you know better. You know what needs to be changed and why it needs to be changed. And now you're trying to say like you'll be traveling to South Africa and other countries from April to see probably whether you're going to ramp up the number of views. The reality is it might happen. You might get views here and there, and then once again a decline. Why? Because the YouTube space has become saturated. This cake that was once being shared by a very small number of people is being shared by everybody. Again, courtesy of you, I am Maro, you have shown people that they can do it. One of the biggest enlightenment you did, I am Maro, is showing people that you don't even need to communicate so effectively for you to become a big thing on the YouTube space. When you think about somebody like Mayugno, a guy who would not even speak any word in English, today he's driving a Range Rover. He has the first house, the second house, and now he's doing the third house. A guy who could not even speak any word in English. A masonry. A guy who was just picked from nothing. And courtesy of YouTube, he's managed to build a house that majority of people who even watch him in the United States, in UK and other countries, they cannot afford such a lifestyle. The guy is driving a Range Rover. It doesn't matter whether it's second or not. It's one of the most enlightening things. I wouldn't even have thought about YouTube per se, but then I started looking at these guys from Nyabohanse. You can't even comprehend what they're saying. yet they are commanding views. They are sharing in the big cake. They're also coming up and saying, hey, we are part of the people who are going to share in this cake. You think about people like Jintu. You can't hear what he's saying. You can't even comprehend. You stay here for 10 minutes. You can't hear. You can't understand what he's saying. But he's commanding views. They understood business. It's all about views and entertainment and personality. Because I listened to a guy called Kinyasa, and he was saying personality, if there's something that is going to help you on the YouTube space, it's personality. The personality you came with in I Am Maro is the personality that was sustaining you. That's the personality that helped you to build a community. Luckily enough, you managed to build a community that was holding you. Even when you make mistakes, they understood this is a young man coming up. But that understanding is fading away quickly. Look at your number of subscribers, compare that to the number of views, and you understand when it comes to the YouTube space, views are the ones that are going to pay the bills, not the number of subscribers. The number of subscribers, that's just for flexing. It's just a flex. The thing that pays you, people who are supposed to brag on the YouTube space are people like Aisho Speed. He can do 20 countries in 29 days. Even the biggest shows that have existed, they don't have that level of itinerary. I have not seen somebody with such kind of an itinerary where they can plan things and within 29 days they've traveled to 20 countries. Only Aisho Speed I have seen manage to do that. Even your biggest show, Amazing Race, they don't do that. 20 countries, one continent, 29 days. That's a guy who can flex. Again, you can flex with the number of views per video. Like, in a month at least there's a video you release and it hits above 1 million views. Compare the number of views you are getting during Gogo's project and the ones you are getting lately. Why? The numbers don't lie. Look at your YouTube channel, see the number of views. Now compare yourself to your so-called wife or seal. Look at the numbers. That's where we are. We are looking at the numbers. Look at the number of subscribers. Compare it to the number of views that you're getting. And then tell me what is what. Who is commanding respect lately? And guess what? Rocio has mastered the game. She has understood. She does not need to be attached to you. She doesn't even mention your name. She doesn't mention your name, yet she's commanding numbers like nobody's business. She's commanding numbers like nobody's business, I Am Maro. Why? They're identifying their own identity once they remove themselves from that villa. You can say, wait, well, it doesn't matter. They came through me. It's true. We are not denying that. We are not denying that. And by the way, I Am Maro, we are not denying that you're a big YouTuber. You're a big person on the YouTube space. We are not denying that. I mean, you started from the bottom. You did your own thing and you rose up there. We are not denying that fact. You did a very good thing for yourself. You are a master at it. When they say you are the travel commando, it's true. You used to be. Right now, no, you're not. You are not. There's so many travel YouTube channels that if I want to see Malaysia, I know the YouTube channel. There's a lady called Live Kenya. We have Diana Daisy. And I don't even mind mentioning them here because I don't lose anything anyways. But I Am Maro. Think about these things. You used to be a very big person out there. But you mistook your influence and you took advantage of your influence. Now the things you're doing lately are just shady and sometimes it's full of stupidity. Sometimes you don't want to let go, and that's what's killing your YouTube channel. Your biggest investment is not the horses, it's not the villa, it's the YouTube channel. I wish you did something about it. And even when you got that money, you would have reduced the level of luxury and at least sustained something for yourself. Now you're traveling. I don't even, well, we're gonna see how things are going to be. But as far as things are concerned, I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's what's up for now. Let's see in the next one. If you haven't subscribed and you kind of look at me and you kind of feel I'm making good content, I would appreciate if you subscribe. And thanks